Joining me now, Jordan Trimble, President and CEO at Skyharbour Resources. Always great to see you.
Great to see you as well.
Lots to talk about. The company is in the midst of its largest ever drilling program at the co-flagship projects, Moore Lake and Russell Lake, and you started another 7,000 or 8,000 meters or so of drilling towards the end of the year. So give us a snapshot, and also if you could talk about the new discovery at Russell Lake.
Yeah, so it's a big year for us. We're going to end up drilling well over 15,000 meters, so it'll be our largest single year drill campaign we've ever carried out. We're in the second phase of this now, so we've just commenced the second part, which will be another 7,000 to 8,000 meters. Similar breakdown, so we'll drill a few thousand meters at our Moore Lake project, 100% owned advanced stage exploration asset, and adjacent to that our option project from Rio Tinto. We're nearly complete the 51% earn-in there, and this project delivered a new high-grade discovery earlier this year, up to 3%, U308 over a half a meter. So very exciting initial drill results from the 5,000 meters that we carried out at that project earlier this year. We're going to drill another 4,000 to 5,000 meters in the next few months to follow up on that new discovery. And it's a very interesting new discovery. It's just a few kilometers south of Denison's Phoenix deposit. They're a large strategic partner and shareholder of ours. It's sandstone hosted, and it's relatively shallow at about 340 meters. It's also the first hole that was drilled into the target, called the Fork Zone. So it's a new target that we're actually doing one of these ANT surveys on it to further refine the target, and then we'll start drilling there within the next few weeks, and that'll carry us right through into the new year, fully funded for all of this, and it'll generate a lot more news flow for the company at both Russell and Moore.
And what would you say the overall strategy is for Russell Lake and Moore Lake?
Yeah, so Russell Lake is very much a project that we're looking to deliver a major new high-grade discovery at, right? So it's, we say it's an advanced stage exploration project because there's been lots of historical work on the project. So there's lots of data, there's been lots of drilling, but it's a big project, over 73,000 hectares. So a lot of that drilling was widely spaced exploratory reconnaissance drilling. We've taken on the project now with all of this historical work and data, but we're able to really kind of vector in on potential new high-grade discoveries. So this is the project in our portfolio with the current drilling that could deliver that massive new high-grade discovery that everyone gets excited about. And it's the location is ideal given it's just south of the McArthur River mine, just northeast of the Key Lake Mill. There's the haulage road that services the McArthur River mine. There's power lines, and there's an exploration camp. So our drilling cost is significantly lower at this project than most other properties in the Athabasca Basin. So Russell Lake looking to build on what is the early days of a new major discovery. And then at Moore Lake, it's more about resource expansion and delineation. So we've got a small high-grade deposit at the Maverick Zone, several high-grade lenses that are relatively shallow and sandstone hosted predominantly within 300 meters of surface. We're looking to build on that, to add pounds, and ultimately come out with a resource estimate.
Pulling back the lens, Jordan, you're up to 29 projects now. You've got 8 partners now, either option or JV, including North Shore Uranium. Many of these partners are going to kick off or are in the midst of drilling programs. So North Shore seems interesting. They've got a great pipeline of targets. So can you give us a few highlights of some of these other partners and what they're doing?
Yeah, look, we've got a full slate of partner companies, whether they're JV or option partners. And so starting on the west side of the basin, where we have 2 joint ventures now, one with Orano, and they're carrying out a large field program. First time that they've funded exploration there in the last 4 years. So good to see them getting back to work, and we funded our portion of that. So we'll have some more news flow from the Preston project over the coming weeks and months. And then right beside them, Azincourt, another JV partner, has carried out quite a bit of drilling, and they're I think well on their way to a potential new discovery there. And then moving over to the west side, Thunderbird, ASX listed company, they've completed their 80% 20% earn-in at the Hook Lake project, so we'll carry on as a joint venture at that property. And then the ones that I think are really worth keeping an eye on, as you pointed out, North Shore. So this is a relatively newer option agreement that we signed with North Shore in the last year and a half, and they carried out the first drill program at this project, the Falcon project. First program that's been carried out in a number of years, and even though it was a smaller program, they had some success there, and they're going to be following that up with another winter drill program, so definitely worth keeping an eye on that. And then right beside them is our other partner, Terra Clean Energy, just changed their name from Tisdale, and they too just completed a smaller drill program earlier this year, had some success with that, had some interesting findings, and they're going to be carrying out a larger drill program to follow that up. So both of those companies definitely worth keeping an eye on as they're planning drill programs in the next few months at those two respective projects. And then we have our newest partner, an option agreement we just announced a few weeks ago, a company called EuraX, still private, going public, run by a very capable, competent group of mining executives, and has a very strong financial backing as well. They've just optioned our South Dufferin and Bolt projects, and they can earn up to 100% on those projects by spending $9.8 million over a 5-year period. It's a staged earn-in, so we're quite excited for them to get to work. They are too planning some drilling at South Dufferin. It's a drill-ready project in the south central part of the basin. And then last but not least, at our Yurchison project, Madero's just announced a program, an exploration program that'll be commencing shortly. So of the 8 partner companies, you've got a potentially upwards, assuming they all complete their earnings, of $88 million in combined project consideration that could come in. And we are expecting of those 8, at least 5, maybe 6 or 7 of them will be either drilling or carrying out work in the next 6 to 12 months.
Wow. All right, I'll take a breath. So lastly here, clearly this is a catalyst-rich story here at Skyharbour. You're fully funded. So give us a few of the catalysts for the rest of the year into 25.
Yeah, so I mean, look, the big one right now is obviously the drilling that we're carrying out, that we're funding at our 2 co-flagship Russell and Moore Lake projects. So again, any next hole at either one of those projects could be a barn burner hole. At Moore Lake, we're on to, there's a small high-grade deposit there. We're looking to build that out, make new discoveries at the project as well. And at Russell Lake, it is very much ripe for a new large high-grade discovery. We think we're well on the way to that with this initial announcement of this first drill hole in this new target that delivered multi-percent earlier in the year. So this upcoming drilling latter part of the year, we'll follow up on that. And then, as I just highlighted, without going through all the partners again, lots of partner-funded programs and activity, but also keep an eye out. Look, we've still got 15 plus projects that we own 100% of in the portfolio that we're looking to bring in partners on. So continuing to grow the prospect generator business is a potential catalyst with new partners coming in. Additional acquisitions, project acquisitions, and last but not least, the market. I mean, we've talked about this throughout the year, and you have the seasonality at play right now. There's been some big news, macro news, with some big tech companies signing big agreements with nuclear utilities and nuclear companies. So I think with the continued rising tide, we're well positioned as one of the few pure play Athabasca advanced stage exploration companies to take advantage of this and offer investors a little extra leverage and torque to a rising uranium price.
Always informative, Jordan. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff. Jordan Trimble, President CEO at Skyharbour Resources.